5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. Here we are live with Neve. It is Friday. It is beautiful out. It is just gorgeous here in the New York area. It's about 65, 70 degrees, no humidity. And it's just, I live for this time of year. I hope everybody's having a great weekend, has some plans, some folks to meet, some good food to eat, all that good stuff. Julie, talk to me. You're down in Tampa Bay. Let's bring my co-host and sidekick and producer and all that good stuff. There he is.
He?
What's happening?
You just said he. There he is. Thanks a lot.
She.
Boobs.
We all know.
Boobs.
Yes,
right here.
yes.
Even though I'm wearing black, there's boobs.
Very lovely, I must add. Yes.
And they're
yes,
natural.
Very nice. Very nice. We do prefer all natural and gluten-free in the boob department.
Yay. Well, that's good.
That's the next thing coming. It'll be a marvel of advertising. Well, since I have you here, there you go. You read my mind. We got... He's here today.
My screen was small. I had to get a close up on the last.
Oh, sorry.
I was wondering, your head seems absurdly small. Some kind of a weird delusion of some type.
I got a peanut. You called me a towhead earlier. I got a towhead. Remember?
That's true. That's true. Well, next time I break down, I'll get you. You can come help me tow the car.
Oh, good God.
Oh, that was a knee slapper.
Speaking of which, thank you for reminding me.
Dang, that was some funny shit.
Thank you for reminding me. My battery died last night while I was out in my car, chilling out, listening to some music. So I could never get my my driver's side window up. It died before that. So now I gotta go take care of that this weekend. Yay! More crap.
Right. You're a powerful woman. That's just nothing to you, isn't it? Yeah. Well, so let me talk. We have a couple of cool guests. We're gonna have them on right at the end of this first segment. We're talking John Anthony, the president CEO of Banner Records. He's a longtime musician. He's produced a ton of acts. He's worked his way up in the music business. And I'll tell you the truth. We were just talking yesterday before we went on. We did a sound check and stuff. And we ended up talking for an hour. He's just a font of fun stories from the heyday of music in the 60s, 70s, 50s, probably. Cool. A little older than we are. Cool. But he's just great. A lot of fun to talk to. And then we have
he's got a great hat.
He's got a great hat.
He has that.
Somebody stole my hat like that. It's pissing me off. I was going to wear a hat today, but I came up with this, and out of respect for our friend, this is a lovely hat.
Oh, there you go.
But it just doesn't have the right vibe to it.
Maurice Chouinard,
that's right. That's a Maurice Chouinard, and that's a really cool hat. It's just I try to wear the hat for the season. It's like we don't wear white after Labor Day.
It's October.
Your stalker didn't break in and steal your hat, did she? This
color never goes out of style in any season. The world New York this year's sucking champions. Oh well, go Mets. What can I tell you?
There you go, Susan Barton. Huh?
You know what? When Tampa Bay is winning, I always vote. I always root for Tampa Bay, whether it's football or anything else. I was there, played all those Buck games when they really sucked. They were like awful for so many decades. Julie, you were in the middle of that whole thing at times with your radio show, weren't you? You had some of those Bucks duties.
Yes. As part of here in Tampa, and then again in Kansas City, I worked for the NFL part time as a football reporter. So
yes, I remember seeing some of those. You were so cute.
No, thank you. Yes,
you're all
I
young and perky, and
I got to do the Super Bowl at least one time. We were here. Super Bowl was here, and we were. I was still an airborne reporter at the time, and it was great because it was at night, and we had all the jets flying over, and all the lights and the fireworks and everything. So I'm up in the Cessna 172, about 1,500 feet. You know, we have to stay
buffeted by the
Arizona
Blue Angels or whatever.
Yeah, so our air zone was way back about a mile outside of this stadium and everything. So for the jets to come in from where they need to come in, and then from McDill, and then go back and circle around and everything else.
That is such an experience.
It really is. It's on my
if you've never heard them come over you, I once was driving on Route 60 across Florida in the middle of the night, and there's that bombing range out there. And I mean, if I had a camera to record this, it was unbelievable. I don't see anything or hear anything. All of a sudden, off to my right, coming down, heading towards South Florida, there's like a squad of like 6 or 8 planes, two apart in waves.
Yeah.
When the first one hit my car, the car was buffeted. It was just unbelievable. There's nobody else out there. And the car was like, "Phoom," and then "Phom, phom, phom." And when they got past me, the sound of it was like unreal. The volume and intensity freaked me out. I'm like, the rest of the drive home, I'm looking, make sure there's no more planes coming, you know?
Yeah, they're amazing to see, especially up at that height and being able to see them at night.
Oh, I'll bet. Did you get back then? It was pre-cell phone too. You couldn't get any pictures or anything, probably.
It was no.
Right. Hey, so Irish, you're in Detroit. You're looking
I'm in Detroit,
ready
man.
for the weekend. Give us a little talk. What's happening out there?
I'm actually going in about an hour. I'm going to a birthday party. Close. I got low power mode, so if my phone goes out, it's just because I haven't had a battery charger all day. I plugged it into my truck for a little bit, but these phones, man, they eat your battery. They're just like,
oh yeah, absolutely. I think for a $1,300 iPhone, you should have a battery
for my birthday, man.
All right, where?
All right.
Just over to grandma's and grandma's house.
Yay!
Good. Some good eating.
Oh yeah, they're gonna just stuff it in there. I'm gonna come home. I'm just my button's gonna pop. Probably hit one of my cats. They'll be upset with me for a while. It's just gonna be It'll be something.
Birthday week. That's good. So your birthday weekend was great last weekend.
Oh man, we went up to Frankie Muth and we went up to Tony's restaurant, famous Tony's restaurant in Birch Run. Had a pound of bacon. I had biscuits and gravy coming out of my ears and wherever, and yeah.
Oh, awesome. So you had a good time then.
I had a blast.
That's great.
Well, you know, Julie, I was sitting here thinking, how about why don't we had our little rant this morning. Can you pop that up?
Not right at the moment.
Okay, don't worry about it then. I'm putting her on the spot here, people. Our highly paid team here. We're all just diving for dollars.
We got to send out the sirens for Mike's rants, though. You got to get like the warning for everybody. You got to.
Oh yeah, we should run a disclaimer at the top. Yeah. In fact, we should say something clever like, "You will hear bad words. Your sensibilities may be challenged. You may get the vapors. You may turn into a puddling pool of fainting goat."
Where have you been, Suzanne?
Good.
Wow, Sue's been missing in action. Look at her and her little crazy dog. So, for everybody who's watching, getting back to our guests, we have John Anthony, who will be joining us in just a few minutes in the next segment, and Brenda Bianchi, who is his sidekick, promoter, manager, and all-around get it done kind of girl. So they're both really fun people, and I met Brenda through a friend of mine, Paul Hayes. Paul Hayes, what I said, Paul Neumann. Paul Hayes was the first recording studio I recorded in, so that was quite a Freudian slip and geographical slip as well.
Oh, how did you make that?
I don't know. It was a quantum leap.
Freudian slip. That's that's a good one, you know.
Yeah, synchronicity, some kind of weird Jungian thing.
Oh, great.
So, speaking of that, have you had what's the crime update this morning? Was entertaining as always.
Crime update.
How about you, Jules? You having any crazy shit running amok down in Tampa today?
Where would you like me to begin?
Go ahead, lay it out. You tell it all, baby.
No. Yeah, I mean, no. It's I don't know. I don't really stay connected to what's happening in because it's just a much easier thing for me to live in my microcosm right now and stay in my creative
your COVID
microcosm.
chamber, your
My creative
COVID biosphere. That's it.
No, it's just my creative microcosm. I call it. So,
Yes.
I like it.
We need to get you a black light.
Ooh, I love black lights.
We're gonna we're gonna place feeling a little more like Howard Stern. We'll have the colors and the blue lights and all that weird stuff.
Oh, goody! That sounds like a blast.
That's now people
it
ask
does
me,
sound like quite a bit of fun. Just as a side note from Irish,
Prince wrote a really nice song about blue light. I used to do it with my band.
Blue light or black light? What's the difference?
A blue light is just a blue light, typically found outside of brothels in foreign
countries.
Yeah,
that's what I figured.
Black light is something that fluoresces fluorescent paints and causes you to look like Juicy, the video our friend Ronnie did. Ronnie D. For all of you watching, you need to check out Ronnie D, who is son of Joey D. Yes, the man, the myth, Joey D and the Starlighters. And we'll be having him on in October. October, November. He has a new book out. And if you like the music of the 60s and want to learn a little bit about a real scene, people don't recall how famous Joey D was. He had the Beatles open up for him. He hung out with Led Zeppelin and all kinds of amazing people. And he's just going to be a great guest. He's 81. He's still going strong. And I saw him giving dancing lessons to this chick, a news person down in Florida, and he was showing her how to do the twist and stuff. It was great. He kicked her ass. I hate to say it for a girl who looked like she could dance. She was pretty bad.
That's awesome. Hey, you know what? I was able to pull up Mike really quick.
Let's let him roll, and then we'll go to a break and get talking to John and Brenda.
All right, Mike the Rant Man, let us know what happened over the week.
He may be stressing.
You think?
Hey guys and girls, haven't ranted in a while. Haven't really had to rant, but I'm gonna rant. Because I'm old. I'm old as freaking shit. And you're going to it's happening to you too. So, Dingbat Debbie and I go to the supermarket the other day. I had a list of about 70 things to buy. My reader is breaking the car. Now we go in the store. I said, oh, you got your readers, right? Oh, no, I left mine in the car. Now we're going to the store like two freaking blind people. We're trying to hold the cereal like over here. Hey, how many grams of freaking things? Maybe we set it down on the shelf. We do this. No, we couldn't see shit. So out of the 70 things on the list, we wound up coming home with cold cuts. Because that's something we didn't have to look at. We just told the lady what we wanted. There was no vision involved. Trying to figure out the nutritional value of a Life cereal. I'm thinking maybe it says 10 grams of fiber. There's no way to just put it back. Everything we looked at. How much is it? What's the expiration date? We don't know. Put it back. So now, go with all this today, because now we have our readers. My Uncle Junior's, as a matter of fact, there they are. So I got my readers, we go in the store, everything's happy, we're going up and down the aisles, I'm filling the cart with everything on the list, reading everything, get up to the cashier, she starts putting everything down the conveyor belt, and I do this. No wallet! No wallet! So I have carry membership disease, very bad. Thank God, Dingbat Debbie had a credit card for us to use. Well, all of that shit would have went back on the shelves too, and we would have tried a third time to go shopping. So, now that you're over 60, make sure you have your readers, make sure you have your wallet, make sure you have yourself, because it's absolutely ridiculous. So, it's just, I have it. You're going to get it. It's no doubt. That's it. End the freaking rant.
Wow. Mike I keep saying it. We need to get him to a good physician. We need to have him.
He's suffering from OLD syndrome.
What's OLD? Yes.
Syndrome.
We're going to send him a bottle of Viagra just to keep him busy. Actually, not for him. It's actually for his girlfriend.
Keeping tag.
She's watching probably too. She's going to be like, what kind of people do you hang around with, Mike?
Oh, yeah. Let's get him all amped up and then give him a raging jackhammer to go with it. That's a great idea. You're such a great
We have if we get together sometime for a nice family visit gathering, we'll dose him up with a bunch of Viagra and don't tell him. Just turn him loose. Get him a bunch of shots of Cuervo and let him roll.
I had a hard on for 4.5 hours. I don't know what the fuck fucking do with this thing? I tripped the cat. I tripped the dog. Debbie doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Poor Debbie's like running and hiding down the hall.
As we all will.
Oh my God.
Speaking of that, I was going to say something about girlfriend news, but I just didn't think it. I just had to cut it off. I know he may have some entanglements still.
Well, it's about 1:15. You want to go to a break really quick? And
I
come back?
do, and then we'll bring our guests on. John Anthony of Banner Records and Brenda Bianchi from Banner Records. We'll be right back live with Neve.
All right.
Hey, Keith.
I'm Judy, and our company is Gone Country, and we design and produce our own really unique and fun cowboy hats. Keith and I have tried to create a business that's different by focusing on what's important to the customers. Our quality is so good that we offer a lifetime warranty on everything we sell. At the end of the day, if our customers are happy, we're happy. Check us out at GoneCountryHats.com.
Take a look at the sponsored artists on Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com to find your favorite artist's hat, like Duke Johnson, Sam Rourke, Neil, Jules, and more.
Hey there, it's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Neve or Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
All right. We're here. It's 15:15 the hour. We're coming to you from Highlands, New Jersey. I'm right about where the first radio broadcast was ever sent to England. I'm broadcasting right here off the side of the mountain. It's beautiful. It's a great day. I hear some kind of feedback. I'm getting a flashback to the 70s, starting to feel like I'm at a party and somebody dosed me. Not now. The bats are coming in.
Are you guys getting echo from me? It was my truck. I had to get in here and plug my phone in.
You have a very cool flanging going on. That's we pay extra big bucks for that in the studio. Well, listen, echo. I go, I. Did you get an echo? I didn't.
I didn't hear the echo.
I don't know, but it's gone now.
So we have some guests.
Yes, we do, and they're probably wondering what in the hell have they dragged themselves into. But we don't bite. We're gluten free. We are lactose intolerant, and I don't know. We can figure out some other BS. But let's go and talk to Brenda and John. Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing good and been very busy all day. I've been on the phone with many program directors around the USA, and I just finished up with one of my top program directors in Kentucky, and in a couple of hours from now, I'll be talking to one of my program directors in Hawaii.
Okay, very nice. Well, so thank you for being here, number one. And Brenda, can you get a little closer or turn your screen down a bit? We want to see you.
How's this? How's this?
Better.
Can you see me?
Hi, I can see you. Very
hey,
good. Much
Neil,
better.
you didn't tell the truth. Can you hear me? You didn't tell the true story about how we met. I tried to recruit you for my band.
I do recall that now. Yes. It's starting to come back to me. So
yeah, and the funny thing is that you and John are both drummers. And I tried to pick you up to play in my fundraiser band.
That's why we're paisan though, because we are brothers from a different mother. But we have good manners, and
Yes, absolutely.
If you're a drummer, you can't go wrong. What happened here? Where did he go? My man go. Hey, buddy, hold on, guys. Welcome to the chaos zone. What happened?
It's quite all right.
Oh my God. I must have touched something, or my enthusiasm caused the thing to have a malfunction like me.
And so, what happened to your beautiful co-host?
Oh, she'll be back. She's lurking in the shadows while we talk for a moment. She'll be back with some hard questions for everybody.
All right. That's good.
But so tell me, how did you guys meet? Enough about me. How did you two come together?
Basically, had a.
I'll give that to you, John.
Associate in the industry that I knew well had contacted me and mentioned Brenda's name to me and gave me her contact information. He spoke very highly about her. And after numerous conversations, I took it to another level with her, and I respected her intelligence. I liked her drive, her passion, and I decided that I wanted to bring her aboard the label. I spoke to my partners, Dylan Bernstein and Arnie Abrams, and they agreed. And so we decided to bring her into the marketing and promotions end of things.
Well, great. She's certainly a go-getter. How long have you been working together?
About 2 years now.
Great. Well, it's interesting. Come on, Brenda. Tell us a little bit about your job. Year. Oh, it's second year. Great.
Wow.
Great.
It's all consuming. Ever since John had told me that we were bringing Magdalena to the United States, we haven't stopped for a day. Oh my God. We have been every single day, Neil, promoting, telling people about her, her first release. It's just been one merry-go-round. It's just been constant, nonstop. I can say this honestly. I don't think John or I have actually slept one night since even before her new release.
Well, that's always a good feeling working on a project.
Like it's a lot of sleepless nights, busy days in the studio, on the phones, coordinating,
Well, I think it helps because I have seen Magdalena's work and your work, and she is exceptional. There's no doubt about it. For everybody who's listening, we'll be having Magdalena on the show next week, and she's an exceptional vocalist. I could see her doing very well in Las Vegas just because she's like smoking hot. Definitely can command a room, and what can I tell you? So. I'm sorry, the things changed, and I don't want to be sitting here with only my face up here. Sorry, Julie. I think I bumped this thing. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. I don't know what I'm doing, Thank God I have somebody to, look
Who does, Neil?
My back. So let's talk about, how did you come across Magdalena? How long has that relationship been going on?
About a good year and a half now, a little more than a year and a half.
Okay.
She was introduced to me by a music industry associate, and who had previously introduced me to another artist from Europe. But that particular artist, I felt had good potential, but didn't have everything that was needed to become.
It is a complex package.
Yeah, a complete package to be a superstar. Then it was months later, he came to me with Magdalena. He sent me some demos on her. And after I listened to the demos, and I was very impressed with her voice and her ability. And then we started conversing. We had at least 4 months of just conversing back and forth. And I explained to her that I'd like to sign her to the roster, but I would like to take her out of the genre of music that she had been performing. At one time, she was performed on numerous major TV shows over in Europe there. And she was part of Eurovision and TVP, and she was actually the main vocalist for a program which we used to have here, Name That Tune.
Okay.
And she did that for a number of years where she'd sing each and
Right.
every.
I could tell from hearing her, she's definitely been doing this a while. She's got that professional edge that could do that kind of a gig.
She would sing every single song. And, and so, I've been now in this business. I started out as a young boy in Brooklyn, New York at 14 years old. And so from a young boy born in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, New York, music boy to now a music man. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I've loved every minute of it.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing in my whole life that I regret. Music has always been my first and only love and passion. And I'm such a driven person. I think that I came up from a very strict and respectful Italian family. My mom was a professional pianist. My uncle was a top jazz guitarist. He used to play with the Salvatore Orchestra. My grandfather was a music professor in Milan, Italy. So it was all in the bloodlines.
Sure.
And the interesting thing is, when I was about 12 years old, my mom had asked me. She said, "Would you like to learn an instrument?" I said, "Well, I hear music every day. You have the piano and such and such." And so she says, "Well, I have a friend who runs a lesson studio, and I'll set you up, and you can go over there." But the funny thing is it's a funny story. So I was 12 years old, and so she set me up with the studio. And when I got there, it was an elderly man. He was about 78, 79 years old. And he wanted me to study the mandolin. And it wasn't an instrument that I was really that fond of, though I liked the sound of it,
Did you have small hands or large hands at the time?
My hands are medium size. And so I gave it a try. I studied with him for about.
I think he's hanging on the edge. Hey, Brenda. He'll be back.
Hey Neil.
Hey, babe. What's happening?
Not much. I was thinking about what John was saying about all the time and music being in your soul and your life. I mean, with this creation that we're doing, introducing Magdalena to the world, I have realized so hard, like when I first contacted you, I wanted you to be my drummer. And we'll talk about that on a different show. But
yeah, by the way, we're a minute out from a break. Just letting you know, I'm going to cut off.
But anyway, I just have to say how much dedication that John has in the industry to the artist and myself too. I think that this whole gig we got going right now is all about dedication, hard work, and drive. I guess you know that more than anybody else, huh?
It's the same thing in any business, rock and roll or music or any of the entertainment, even art, doing it, it's a hard gig no matter how you cut it. And so it's like, if your kid wants to be a musician and they have it, I would always encourage them. But with my kids, I'd always scream at my daughter, well, you can do all the music you want after you get your degree and you have, yourself a job. You're not dependent on some dude who's like, going to be the dude for now until, the other dude comes by. So I'm hoping John will be back in. He looks like he got bounced, but we have to do. He'll be back. We got to go to a break. We're going to go to a break. Thank you, Julie, and we'll be back talking to Brenda and John. We'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. This is Donna Frost, and I'm live with Neve. See you soon.
I thought for a second that whole thing was going to run. I was going to get my tears going again here. That was the beginning of my birthday party thing that Jules produced for me and made me feel real good. So here you are, everybody out there in television and radio land, the thousands of you enthralled at my every whisper and whim. It is Friday. Jules, do you have plans for the weekend? You mentioned something like you had a singer who could kind of come, but he only can come on when the phase of the moon is out of phase with like Venus.
That seems to be the case with like all singers that we've run into so far.
They're fucking flakes, I'm telling you.
It's just like every single time. It's like we have everything set up. It's weird. It's like the the cart before the horse this time. I mean, everything is done. Everything is set up. Everything's ready to go. And like my
cat got sick, and I have
the whole thing. I mean, music. I mean. Connections. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. The whole shebang's totally already done and ready to go. All we need is a goddamn singer. I can't fucking find somebody who can fucking do it. It's just killing me.
What you need to do is put an ad in that says, "Wanted singer. We will kiss your ass.
No, we won't.
Get you all." I'm kidding. You could write an ad like that. It's just like you totally be obsequious to the point of spitting up, and they'll come in and be like, "I don't move gear." And now I get people always talk about us drummers, but being a singer, I kind of laugh because I've always been a drummer before I was a singer. And now when you can always tell, like when a singer walks in, they're worse than drummers. Like drummers, I usually just get a beer and sit and hang. I don't sit there and peer and try and intimidate some poor guy. He's up there trying to make his living. But in my career, many times I've had some bonehead sit back there. You can tell it's like they're scoping you out. It's like I haven't been scrutinized this much since, I don't know, I was on the side of a road in Georgia getting arrested for cocaine and alcohol. I mean, that was scrutiny. And so at any rate, I digress. But what are we doing? We got Brenda. I don't know.
It's about time to go. I think we were really running over. I think we were gonna, but whatever you like to do.
I'll tell you what, we're going to bring her on just for 1 minute, because if John doesn't show up, we're probably going to end this extravaganza. I'm really bummed. I'm hoping he'll pop back, because we were just getting started. I want to hear some of his musical tales of the days of yore. Let's bring Brenda on. And Brenda, what do you think? Can you call him?
What do I think? I did. He's trying to get back in right now. Okay. So that is a good thing. And I think that what would have loved to have been in on that last conversation about drummers and singers, because you guys are really funny, because you kind of
carry gear.
Yeah, I mean, even as a promoter, I mean, you do. But in my experience, for me, when I was looking for my artists and for musicians for my bands, as you well know, I called friends and they told me about their friends, like Paul told me about you. I mean, that's kind of like
yeah, that was when I was still in the witness protection program.
Oh my gosh, you mean you got out of it?
Yeah, now I just decided, you know, what the hell? If they kill me, the show, all the reruns, Julie and my ex, or my girlfriend, rather, my ex.
Oh dear God, you're getting yourself in trouble now.
Oh no, I'm not at all. My girlfriend's used to my what we call them youthful indiscretions.
Oh wow. Well, I can tell you a little bit about John till he gets back on if you want.
Sure. Tell me, how did you start singing? Just briefly, how did you get into the music thing?
It was it started as a fundraiser.
Okay.
Actually, years and years ago in the 80s, well, I was involved. We always had a piano in the house, and I bought my son his first Gibson at like 10 years old. So music was always in our family too, as it was with John's, and I'm sure yours. And
does he still play?
Who, John, or my son?
Does he still play?
Yes, I think you never stop, do you? I mean, when it gets into your blood, isn't it part of your soul, your being?
Well, you know, it does, but sometimes paying the mortgage, especially like in times of COVID and so forth, you know, musicians are grossly underpaid in the industry. I mean, that the numbers people throw out sometimes are like, you know, for $100 a man I've heard that crap for 40 years, and club owners still defend it. And you know what? People go out and play it because they have to.
Well, I can really sympathize with you right now. If we get John back, the Congress right now is working on a bill, and actually John has signed it, that we are trying to get equal rights for musicians. Banner Records. Did John tell you about that, Neil?
We've talked about it, and I'm aware of the legislation. I've been following it for a while. We'll see if it gets signed. You know, there's a lot of skunks in this business, especially in our political system. So I don't even want to get going on them. Even what they're trying to do, by the time you get looking at it in detail, 5 years after it's been in practice, it's going to be riddled with bullshit and inaccuracies and cost overruns, and I don't even want to get going on that type of thing. Musicians have been getting screwed on the royalties. What the legislation, for you people watching may not be aware of, is that when you play on a record, if you're not one of the people who wrote the song and has the publishing, you don't get any money from all the plays it gets on radio. And so as a result, I was hoping John was going to come back. We are going to talk about that a little bit. If we don't see him, we're going to be off at 3:45. So I'm hoping he comes back. But I know you guys, this isn't our usual talk, but Brenda and I were talking about the legislation. If you have a congressman, you can look up the bill. In fact, we'll post it on my page. I'll find the link to it. Getting that bill signed is a start. Remember that these bills get passed like every 20 years sometimes. This is a sweeping bill that a lot of people, even the guys who have backed it, don't read it. They don't know what's in it. They have no clue. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the digging, because I'm sure there's you let me be the chairman of that committee. I'm sure just by being ham-fisted, I could cut off 20% off the top, fire a few of the useless people who just roam the hallway looking for a coffee pot. You know, the administration. Have you ever been to the DMV? I digress. Musicians, we can run it better. Listen, I don't think we're going to see him back. I'm really bummed, Brenda.
You know, it's really a shame too, because John happens to be probably one of the most interesting men I know. My association with him has been like a whirlwind when we started this first release for this artist. And of course, you know, a label's always listening to talent, and it's been a real run. But with COVID, we got hit hard, just like you did and everybody else did.
Of course.
So we haven't been able to bring her here to the United States, or we haven't gone out. Now, you asked me about me with my show, or with my life. It was actually an accident. You know, I believe that you have to follow your heart and do what you love. And I've always loved dancing and I always loved music. So this has given me a chance first of it. What was that now?
I'm sorry.
I don't
accidentally
know
hit
about
something
that.
bad. I accidentally hit that. I'm sorry.
Did
You
you
can't
tell
let me
me to
loose in the
get
control
looped?
room.
Now, yes, you really need to get looped a lot in this business because it's so many hours and so much work.
There's all these.
All right, that was cute.
I'm sorry, that was the lion having a moment of passion. We took a
Well, we
commercial
love
break
lions.
for him. I do too.
Yeah, me too. They're definitely cool. So,
Shit.
so how about John? So John worked with Sid.
Easy. I'm sorry.
Comment
It's Friday.
now.
We're being like really.
John. Hey, listen, I'm part of the group, remember?
I know you are. You
John
told me
worked
you were
with Sid.
fearless, so we're just making sure you feel at home here.
Well, what's the fear? Like at certain point in life, you just have to roll with it.
How about this? Why don't we do this? Since we have about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, we can do. Let's see. We can think of things from the past. Who was your first boyfriend? We're going to do a little Freudian analysis. Tell us about him.
My first male love in my life was my father, and that was my first male love.
You didn't call him Daddy Candy, did you?
No. No. But no, that I think every girl's first love is their father. So I have to say my dad. But as far as boyfriends go, I don't even remember. I think it was probably Rod Stewart.
Little Boone's Farm or something helped you along the way there?
No. I was a good Catholic girl. I like Matus. Remember those days when you drank all that stuff, when you just turned 18 or 21?
Wow. Man, I'm a Catholic too, or was. I'm kind of a fallen angel, you might say.
There's a song about that.
But yes, there is. Well, it looks like John Anthony's come back in, so that's good.
We have John. All right.
All right. Welcome. We need a little compression on you.
Never.
You got
That's what gives me my edge, buddy. Thanks.
Hey, John. Do you take a run around the block?
Welcome back.
Welcome.
So that's you. Same here.
Lord. I tell you something. I bet recording you, Brenda, that you have you've got quite a loud voice. I think it's magnified because of my headphones, but I like people who have a boisterous voice like my own. So, John, let's get back and talk about music. I'm particularly curious about when you were in the 60s, 70s, and 80s in New York. Tell me about the music scene and what you were doing in that time period.
The music scene
we got about
in New York,
15 minutes after the
back
break.
then was probably
right. We need a little compression on you.
The most interesting times in my life in the music industry. Starting out playing in Greenwich Village. I can remember the very first club that I played at was called the Cafe Bohemia.
Mm-hmm.
And very interesting club. And
tell us about it. Tell like who owned it and all the. Give us the dirt. The nitty gritty New York stuff.
Well, the dirt was a club of not just for for guys and girls. It was a club, and I don't know what's going on here.
I still hear you.
That was one of the first clubs. I was 16 years old at the time, at that time in the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, we're having troubles with the connection.
Yeah, I can hear you good, though. We're catching it.
All right. So, there were so many places from Cafe Bohemia to the Night Owl, which I worked with John Sebastian, Night Owl, the Wagon Wheel, the Peppermint Lounge.
Did you know Johnny D?
Joey D, yeah.
I meant Joey. You know him? Because he's just come out with a great book. He's quite spry and still just a phenomenal talent.
And also, naturally, there were so many other great clubs called the Cheetah, Harlow's on East 79th Street. And the great thing was, you had so many places to go. Every place was jammed.
Tell me about the scene. During that time, was there definitely different clubs for different types of music? I know radio was a lot more free form back in those days.
Well, yeah.
You could hear Frank Sinatra and then hear Hendrix. And tell me about the clubs. Were they segregated?
Not really.
Music? No,
not really. No, you had Birdland was strictly mostly for jazz. You had the Rainbow Room. That was a classy place. The Cheetah was a very versatile club. Said I had. There were so many.
Joey, you know him because he's just come up.
The Cheetah was a very versatile club.
We have some kind of audio disturbance. I believe the aliens are fucking with us.
He's just come up. The Cheetah.
All right. I don't know what's happening here. We've got some kind of. We're missing. I think we're having a intergalactic sunstorm, something like that. Let me try again. Okay, guys, listen. We've been we're having a devil of a time. We're gonna go and we're gonna have John Anthony back and Brenda. We're just having technical hell here, which I don't want to. I really want to be able to hear what they have to say. So I'm sorry, guys, in the audience, and we're going to have both of them back some other time. But hey, thanks, guys, for coming on. I'm sorry that we're having technical, as I like to call it, plukery.
Yeah, no worries. We'll talk to them next week. And we've got something special coming up, so I'm going to play that for you guys right now.
Okay, and then we'll be out of here. Have a happy weekend from Live with Neve. And thank you to John Anthony from Banner Records and Brenda Bianchi from Banner Records. You'll be seeing them on the show with, oh my gosh. I'm losing it. Magdalena,
I got
I'm so sorry. Yeah. You beat me. Thank you.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. All right. Well, check this out, guys.
Have a happy weekend, everybody.
See ya.